Hello everyone and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Today we are exploring bridge pose. Bridge has a number of physical benefits, including strengthening the back, as well as the legs, the ankles, and the booty. Plus, it is really great for opening up the chest, the hip flexors, and is wonderful for spinal hygiene. If you have one, please bring a yoga block to the practice or even a thick book. If you don't have one, no worries. We will just use our creative minds and go with it. All right, let's get moving. Okie doke friends, let's begin by laying on our backs. When you arrive there, extend your legs out long. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your back body. Tuck your chin in slightly just to create some length in the back of our necks. And just allow your hands to rest wherever they may fall. We're just going to find a little bit of stillness before we get moving. Let's all just take a deep breath in together. And exhale. One more. Breathe in. Exhale. Okay. Bend your legs. Bring the knees to the sky. Soles of your feet to the mat. Our heels will be roughly in line with our hip points. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer to our booty. Great. Now, place your hands on your mat, palms face down. Bring your hands a little bit closer to your heels. Press into your hands as well as your forearms. Next stop, the pelvis. What is our low back doing? So, we're going to rock our pelvis forward. You can imagine a pendulum swinging forward as you do this. So what ends up happening when we do this action is that we feel like our low back is now connecting to the earth. It's feeling flush to the earth. Awesome. So this foundation will be very important as we move through bridge. So we're pressing into, four corners of our feet. We're pressing into everything that is touching the earth. Okay, you can grab your yoga block or your thick book and place it between your thighs. This will just help us create some more steadiness as well as strength in this posture. And if you do not have the thick book or the yoga block, it's all good. Just use your creative mind and pretend like you're pressing into a block. Okay, let's all just take a deep breath in together. And on an exhale, begin to lift your hip points away from the earth. So bringing them up and towards the sky. Pressing into your hands, your arms, everything that is touching the earth. Now snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your back body to create more of a lift. Chest lifts up towards the chin and the chin towards the sky. Press into that yoga block. We're just here for one more breath cycle. And on your next exhale, begin a very slow journey of melting your body, your spine towards the mat once again. Whew. Let's do it again. You got this. So again, press into your low back. So your low back pressing into the mat, which is what I'm trying to say. And let's begin that slow journey once again, lifting our hip points away from the mat, up towards the sky, snuggling the shoulder blades underneath our back bodies, chest towards chin and chin towards the sky. Perhaps this time we're going to, maybe interlace our hands underneath our back body like so. can experiment with that. Or you can just simply keep your palms face down at your sides. Let's shift our weight in our feet. So what I mean by this is let's press a little bit more weight into our right foot without lifting our left foot away from the mat. You may feel a little bit more engagement in the right leg here. Then check it out on the left side, pressing a little bit more weight into that side. What about our heels? Shifting a little bit more weight there. And the ball point of the foot, so the tops of the feet. Cool. Let's all take one more breath in together. And then exhale, begin that journey, bringing the body back towards the mat. Okay, you can place your yoga block or your book off to the side now. Bring the soles of your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Your toes be spilling outwards and the heels in slightly. We're going to go through a different variation of a bridge pose. This is a really fun one, at least for me. When I was in yoga teacher training, my instructor said, when you do this pose, you can imagine as if, you're trying to pick up a $100 bill between your butt cheeks. So that really creates a lot of engagement in the glutes. So you can give that a try if you would like. You can imagine that. Okay, so still following the same key action points. I just realized that my low back was starting to arch. So pressing and stamping that low back into our mats. Okay, let's breathe in. And exhale, begin to lift off away from the mat. Woo. Shimmying the shoulder blades underneath the back body, if that feels right. Squeeze those butt cheeks together. Pretty neat variation, if you ask me. I kind of like it. One more deep breath in. And exhale, empty it out as we begin to lower back down to the earth. Feel your spine connecting to the mat. Okay, one more bridge. You got it. I believe in you. Okay, so you can choose a variation that works for you. You can take a more narrow bridge or the wide stance. So depending on which one you preferred, choose it. I'm gonna go wide. Why not? Why not? Why not? Anyways, let's begin. This time, when you arrive here, bring your hands into fists. Bring them in front of your chest. So this is a lot of work. There's a lot of strength building going on here. We're going to imagine as if we're going to give someone props, like, good job, buddy. So let's reach our left fist across our chest towards the right side. Your shoulder blade may lift off away from the mat. It's all good. And then back to center. Right fist goes towards the left side. Back to center. Keep it up. Keep going. Perhaps you marry the breath to the action. For 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling the tremble. Let's all just lower down together. Knees can fall in and kiss together. If your knees were not wide on your mat, you can bring them wide. Or sorry, if your feet were not wide on the mat, you can bring them wide and then let the knees fall in. Whew. Okay, let's hug our knees into our chest. Perhaps find a little rocking motion on our backs. And you can either come to a seated position through coming to fetal position and then up, or you can rock and roll up and down the length of your spine by bringing your hands to your hamstrings and then literally like rocking and rolling up and down. Looks like fun, right? Give it a try. Okay. And then come to a seated position. You did a great job today. Thank you. So that was bridge pose with a few variations in it. Bridge pose is a very common yoga posture that you will likely encounter in your yoga classes. So it is nice to know the ins and the outs of this posture, so that way you know what to expect. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Yoga with Rachel channel. It is the best way to support free yoga content for all. As always, I invite questions and comments. I would love to interact with you and engage in dialogue. My whole goal for creating these videos is really to create this online community. So please feel free to leave those comments and questions. And yes, thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me. I appreciate you. Take care, everyone. Bye. Extend your legs out long. Hands rest gently at your sides. Tuck your chin in slightly. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the back body. And if you would like a good laugh or a nice little smile, you can take a quick peek at the camera. Miss Angel has decided to use my body as her own yoga mat.